Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am starting my October challenge that I gave myself. Well, this is my first video. I started a few days before October, and this is day 1, and I have 4 days on this one video. So it's a little long, so I have sped it way up, so hopefully that's not too bad. I think you can use the gear and slow it down if you want, or if it's too long, you can speed it up too, which I've been doing to some videos lately. And I slow it down. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I was listening to them really fast. All right, so I'm using the Halloween drawing challenge that is by @joyfuljournaler. She's on Instagram. That's where I found this particular set of prompts. And the first one is fall leaves. Now, I committed myself to putting a cat on every single page. I don't know why. I just wanted to do a cat on every single page. And I had seen these little heart cats. And if I can find the video for that, I will share it with you. Really cute, really fun. So, no, all of them aren't heart cats. But I wanted to do it. And it is cuter than some of my cats. Particularly day 4. Anyway. I'm using the paper that I created when I created the pages for this little book. I do have videos on how the pages were made. I'll link them below as well in case you're interested in seeing how I created the little book. And I've had these fall leaf stickers. Now, friends and family, they don't really understand my art or what I do. And so they give me things like these stickers, fall stickers, Christmas stickers, those kind of things, which I don't use a lot in my art. But I was rummaging through stuff and I saw these. I'm like, oh, I'm going to use them on this challenge because it's a lot of days and fall leaves. Yeah, I'm going to use them. So, yeah, they are a few years old. I'm surprised they still stick. And I'm just outlining them a little bit. I felt like the background texture, that visual texture is really busy. So I felt like it was like kind of blurring them out a little bit. So I'm just trying to make them stand out a little. So how is everyone today? Can you believe it's October already? I can't believe it. The year is flying by. Holidays are coming. Hope you're all doing well. Doing good here. The day I'm doing this voiceover, it was quite nice outside. I'm not looking forward to winter, though I won't have to water the lawn anymore. Which I have to do by hand, so it's kind of annoying. Especially considering the size of the property and the amount of lawn. But at least I'm not the one mowing it. That's my sister. I water, she mows. I just have a gel crayon I'm taking around the edges. I wanted to put ground under the cat, and then I decided to just darken the edges a little bit, give it some grungy spookiness. I haven't done that to every page, but I started out that way. Oh, and I have some Tim Holtz words, the ones that are the journaling well, the ones that are cut out of books. I can't remember what he calls them. I bought that a while ago too because I thought it was so cool, and I don't use them. So I'm committed to putting one of these on every page, and they're called Clippings Sticker Book by Tim Holtz and Ideology. If I can find a link for that on Amazon, so just so you can see what it is if you don't know, I will link that as well. And I used Withered Leaves About Your Feet because, you know, it's fall leaves, right? So the next prompt, I believe, for day 2 was Scarecrow? I have to look now. I'm sure it was. Yeah, Scarecrow. So I just had this piece of paper sitting off to the side here that's just like brayer off, flop offs of paint from stencils, just randomness. But it was orange. So I thought it kind of looked like it might be a Scarecrow shirt. And then I have some blue, a gel print that had blue on it. And that one was on the wet strength tissue paper. I just cut off a little section, and that can be his coveralls. And what I'm using for his head is a scrap piece of coffee dyed paper that's just sitting here. I know, it's just sitting here at my desk. So I thought that kind of looked like it might be a burlap sack that you would use to, you know, stuff with straw to make the head. So, yeah, now I'm just going to assemble the pieces, and hopefully it will look like a Scarecrow in the end. I'm just trying to get the dimensions. I'm just looking at my little sketch that I did on lined paper. The plan is to have his arms go all the way off the pages so that I don't have to worry about his hands. And he'll be coming up from the bottom so I don't have to worry about his legs either. That's the easiest way to do it. And I guess I could have just had, well, his arms would need to be longer to have his hands coming out, I think. And I could have raised him up and had his feet, but, yeah, I didn't. I just took some brown painty paper and used that for his hat. I think about here is where I decide he needs straw. So I found some yellow thread. I'm just going to wind it up and cut it and make that be his straw hair. Makes him a little bit more dimensional to have that knot on there and the lump. But it'll be under his hat. It'll be fine. I'll just add a little dab of glue. Secure that on there. And then add the hat. There we go. It's quite bright yellow, but, you know, it's yellow. Now I decided he needed some stuff down his shirt. So I'd take another wad. And I've already glued his coveralls and his shirt down. But we're just going to try and sneak a few strands of this yellow thread to look like straw shoved in his shirt. it's tearing a little bit. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sorry, I'm down there a little low. I have my camera set a lot closer because this book isn't very small. So I wanted you to be able to be right in there to see what's going on. So I'm not used to having my camera that close. So, and half the time when it's back, I'm still off screen. So sorry about that. All right, so there he is. Glue him all down. Got strings coming out everywhere. Figured I'd trim off some of those threads, some of his hairs. Oh yeah, and I decided I like the illustration look with the lines and stuff. Plus then his shirt with the collar, his shirt will look more like a shirt, right? I've been using my white pen, my favorite white pen, a lot. I think it's running out of ink. I'm going to have to order another white pen. Oh, and I cut a little teeny kitty out. Oh yeah, those are my samples so I can, yeah, I Google them so I can try and recreate kitties. I could have put a little teeny heart kitty, but I like this one. Oh, and the words I put on this one, oh, he was an extraordinary talker, I think. They are stickers, so they should just stick on, but I've been adding a little bit of glue. And there we go. He was down in the bottom half of the page, but yeah. All right, so the next day, day 3, was pumpkins. And yeah, I had another, piece of painty paper sitting there, and it was kind of gold and orangish, and I thought, well, why don't I just use that to make the pumpkins, and then I can just stick them onto my page. And I'm drawing them out with Stabilo All, which means when they get activated, they're going to be very dark. I was thinking it was a good idea. I think it looks okay. It looks okay. I'm trying to make a bunch of different sizes. And sorry, that kind of cut out a little bit. I started with water and then decided I should be activating it with matte medium, and then it would make it permanent. And then I decided I would just go ahead and draw my kitty on the same paper. And I'm using a Posca that I feel like it's about out of ink, I think. Then I go in and fill it in with the Stabilo as well. And again, forget and activate it with water, because that's my habit, is to do water. And then go back and do the matte medium to make it permanent. I'm trying to leave a little bit of the gold between his legs and his body. It looks better later. I promise. That's just so you could see him. I mean, I guess you didn't need to see that. He could have been just a black body. And this is deli paper, so it's pretty thin. I was trying to get his eyes to look good, but they just weren't working. I don't think that pen likes deli paper. So I go in with my Funsel in white and just put one single dot in both, for both eyes. We're just going to glue these down. I think I was blowing on his face, trying to make his eyes and everything dry before I tipped him over to stick glue on there. And we've got our little pumpkin patch. And then I think I put a little teeny black dot for his pupils. And then we're going to give him some scruffiness. Make him a really scruffy cat. Oh, and I tried to give him a little bit of a white nose, but that didn't work so well. Put a little ground under our pumpkins and under our cat. And then I think he's about done, or she's about done, because the word I use is her eyes gleamed. And that one is done. Taking us to day 4. That one was number 3. And day 4 was candy corn. So the night before, I went ahead. I always look at the prompt the day before so that I can think about it for a while. But I went ahead and used some watercolor and painted the colors for candy corn and let it dry. So the next day, I could cut out. And this was just scrap watercolor I had laying around. And cut out my candy corn. I decided to ink around the edges, trying to make them feel a little more three-dimensional. In fact, I do ink on one side more heavily than the other, hoping that would, make them look more three-dimensional, but I didn't think about what I was going to do with them. So I decide I decide to have them like falling down all over the background. And I just have to decide where they're going to go. And I took some purple painty paper and drew out my next cat. So we're going to have a purple cat enjoying some candy corn. I'm just kind of putting some finishing touches. I drew him, like, it takes me a while to figure out how to draw the cat, and then I do it in pencil, and cut it out. So I don't make you watch that part. That would add a lot more footage to the whole thing. I'm just adding a little bit. This time I'm using my Faber-Castell artist pen. It seems to have enough black in there to really outline things. A little bit of fine line. I'm just scruffing him up, right? And my pen, I think it's running out. I gotta buy me another one. They're not cheap, but I use it so much. I'm sorry I'm a little off screen. I'm adding white to his paws. So I could call my thing Cattober. I think that's already done though. I think there is a Cattober out there. So we'll just call it my October daily challenge. Because it's not all drawing, it's not all ink. It's totally mixed media. Got a little carried away with the white there. I think I come back with a little purple and fix some of that up. All right. So he's going to be enjoying the candy corn. I decided they should be falling from off the page. So I did cut one in half with the intention of having it run off the page. And I'm using my glitter glue for these rather than a glue stick because they are thicker paper. And since I did that, I have to refigure out where I want them to be. I'm just going to sort of wing it a little. Not try so hard to plan it out. I think the candy corn looks pretty good. What do you think? Cat probably didn't need that heavy a glue, but it's what was sitting there, so that's what we use. Just trying to figure out where to have that one line up. Totally should have had it tilting the other direction. Alright, so I felt like the purple cat wasn't standing out enough. So I pulled out my metallic watercolors These are really fun metallic watercolors. I got them on Amazon, and I use that gold a lot. They're called, oh, sorry about the creaky chair. There's CSY Art Gallery Tin Box Handmade Watercolors. It's been a while since I got them, but I should be able to find the link if you're interested. You know, no pressure. Anyway, they are Amazon affiliate links that I'm sharing. So I get a little bit if you purchase, but it's no cost to you to use those links. They just give me credit for getting you there. It's like 3 cents, honestly. I've gotten paid once this year. I got a whole $11. Yep. Big money. Of course, and I use it towards my art supplies, so I try to make it for good reason. Yeah, here's where I'm gonna add a little more purple. Cover up some of the white that I got a little carried away with. Sorry that jumped. I'm not sure why, but I just went and hit the white tips of my candy corn just in case they needed a little whiteness. And that is it. What do you think of the first 4 days? Do you like it? Am I making the most of those fun background papers? I don't know about that. But it's fun to do, and I always like to give myself a bit of a challenge. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have an awesome day.